There are cars. And then there is the Rolls-Royce Cullinan Black Badge. Not just the most expensive SUV you can buy, the most complete statement any automaker has ever committed to tarmac. 380,000 pounds, hand-built in Goodwood, West Sussex. And today, we find out whether every single penny is justified. I'm going to take you through the design, the interior, what it's actually like to drive, and then we'll talk honestly about the price. Because at this level, honesty is the only thing that matters. Let's begin. Design and exterior. Rolls-Royce calls it the LUV, a luxury utility vehicle, not an SUV, something above that category entirely. And the difference is immediate. The Pantheon grille rises here at its most imposing height. Upright, stainless steel, crowned by a polished brow the designers liken to a Saxon warrior's gaze. Dramatic? Perhaps. But this car doesn't simply arrive, it announces itself. Above it stands the spirit of ecstasy, sculpted in 1911 by Charles Sykes. She has always leaned forward, poised, purposeful. In black badge form, she's finished in darkened chrome, transforming elegance into something more assertive. She doesn't glide, she hunts. The black badge detailing is comprehensive. Darkened Pantheon surround, exhaust finishers, wheel arch trim, even the double R badges, all treated in deep chrome through a dedicated electroplating process. 22-inch alloy wheels come standard, their angular design reinforcing the car's presence. Then come the brake calipers, red. A first for Rolls-Royce, subtle on a vehicle of this scale, yet symbolic. Performance isn't an afterthought here, it's intentional. The silhouette follows a formal three-box design. Long bonnet, commanding cabin, squared rear, no fastback compromise. It's architectural, regal, polarizing by design. This isn't beauty chasing curves, it's authority defined in metal. Over 5 meters long, nearly 2 meters wide, riding on an all-aluminum space frame shared with the latest Phantom. This isn't a dressed-up SUV. It's a Rolls-Royce at its core, and that distinction matters. Interior and features. If the exterior invites debate, the interior ends it. Close the coach door and notice the sound. Not a click, but a hush. As if the outside world has been respectfully dismissed. Inside the Black Badge Cullinan, luxury is not decorative. It's structural. Every surface, visible or hidden, is crafted with obsessive attention. This is not a special edition standard. This is simply how Rolls-Royce builds its cars. The leather is meticulously selected for flawless grain and hand-stitched with exacting precision. In Black Badge specification, contrast piping, often in vivid yellow, traces each seam with sharp intent. Carbon fiber veneers across the console and doors introduce a modern, technical edge, balanced by expanses of polished metal and rich hide. The switchgear carries real weight, machined aluminum and chrome that feel engineered, not assembled. Ahead of the driver, tradition meets technology. The dials appear beautifully analog, housed within a classic binnacle. Look closer, and high-resolution digital displays reveal themselves, seamlessly rendered to honor heritage while delivering modern clarity. Optional features. The options define how most Cullinans are specified, and they are anything but ordinary. Start with the Starlight Headliner. 1,340 fiber optic strands, hand-woven into the leather roof to recreate the night sky above Goodwood. 8 subtle shooting stars glide across in sequence. Optional on paper, essential in reality. Few experiences in motoring feel this quietly magical. For added indulgence, lambswool floor mats bring a density that rivals 5-star suites. The viewing suite transforms the boot into an occasion. 2 electrically deployed leather chairs and a cocktail table, turning the Cullinan into a private grandstand. Rear passengers can also specify individual entertainment screens with their own navigation control, reinforcing the sense that command may just as easily come from the back seat. The picnic tables unfold with measured precision, finished to dining room standards, and the umbrellas concealed within the rear doors remain one of Rolls-Royce's most perfectly judged signatures. Practical, discreet, unmistakably refined. 2 small criticisms. For balance, 2 notes. The indicator and wiper stalks are shared BMW Group components, functional but slightly at odds with the surrounding craftsmanship. And the analog clock, rendered in Black Badge's dark palette, sacrifices a degree of legibility for aesthetic unity. minor concerns in an otherwise extraordinary cabin. Driving experience. There is a persistent assumption that a Rolls-Royce is not really driven, that you aim it, engage a patient chauffeur, and concentrate on other things. The Cullinan Black Badge exists in meaningful part to retire that assumption. Under the bonnet, a 6.75-liter twin-turbocharged V12. Standard Cullinan, 570 horsepower, 850 newton-meters of torque. Black Badge, 600 horsepower, 900 newton-meters. The 8-speed automatic gearbox is recalibrated for sharper, more decisive changes when you want them. The result? A car weighing over 2,600 kilograms hitting 100 kilometers per hour in under 5 seconds. That number alone tells you something. Experiencing it tells you something else entirely. There is enormous immediate thrust. There is the sports exhaust delivering a V12 voice that is distinctly present without ever becoming vulgar. And there is, over all of it, an almost uncanny composure, as if the car finds this sort of performance entirely routine. As if going this fast, this effortlessly, in something this large and this refined, is simply what it does on a Tuesday. The technology underneath. Beneath the Cullinan's presence lies an extraordinary engineering core. Its self-leveling air suspension forms the foundation, continuously adapting to maintain perfect composure. Cameras scan the road ahead, preparing the dampers before imperfections are even encountered. Active anti-roll bars counter lean, while rear-wheel steering enhances agility in town and stability at speed. The result is remarkable fluency, a vehicle of substantial scale that moves with unexpected precision. In comfort mode, its default setting, the Cullinan becomes one of the finest long-distance machines in production. Double-glazed glass, foam-filled tires to suppress resonance, and vast layers of acoustic insulation create near silence. You don't feel as though you're traveling through the world. Rather, the world seems to glide past you. Conversation is effortless. The bespoke audio system thrives in this environment. Select low mode, the Black Badge performance setting, and the character subtly transforms. Throttle response sharpens, the gearbox holds ratios longer, the exhaust opens with purpose, and the suspension tightens its control. Through bends, the Cullinan feels planted and authoritative. It isn't overtly athletic like a Bentayga. Instead, it delivers performance with composure and power. Because above all else, it remains a Rolls-Royce. Off-road and everyday reality. The Cullinan is no ornamental SUV. Dedicated terrain modes recalibrate suspension height, throttle response, steering weight, and gearbox mapping for loose surfaces. Hill descent control and adjustable ride height add genuine versatility with a weighting depth of 550 millimeters. Respectable, though not class-leading. A Range Rover will go deeper, but for owners whose harshest terrain is gravel or snow-covered tarmac, it is entirely sufficient. The more relevant challenge is urban. At over 2 meters wide, the Cullinan occupies space with confidence. The surround view camera system is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And the side-hinged rear tailgate, opened manually, can feel faintly inconvenient when no one is on hand to assist. Minor realities in an otherwise serene ownership experience. Value and competition. At 380,000 pounds, the question of worth deserves honesty. The Cullinan is not rational in the way practical objects are rational. Its value lies in experience, like first-class air travel or a grand hotel suite. For those who desire that distinction, substitutes simply won't suffice. A Bentley Bentayga offers sharper dynamics at a far lower price. An Aston Martin DBX 707 delivers striking design and athletic character. Both are exceptional. Neither replicates the Cullinan's silence, craftsmanship, or presence. What Rolls-Royce provides is singular. The most acoustically isolated SUV cabin in production, one of the most extensively handcrafted interiors in the segment, and a heritage unmatched in automotive history. Fiber optic stars overhead, umbrellas in the doors, viewing suite seating for the races. Rational? No. Magnificent? Entirely. Since 2018, the Cullinan has been Rolls-Royce's best-selling model. Proof that for a certain buyer, excellence isn't negotiated, it's simply acquired. The Rolls-Royce Cullinan Black Badge is the most complete expression of what an ultra-luxury SUV can be. It is not the most dynamically engaging car at this price, not the most technically advanced. It doesn't wade as deep as a Range Rover, handle as keenly as a Bentayga, or style as dramatically as a Lamborghini Urus. What it does without equal. The finest materials, the deepest silence, the most considered craftsmanship available in a production automobile. Performance that is genuinely surprising for something of this size and character. And a name that means something particular and irreplaceable in the history of the car. In Black Badge specification, it adds to all of that a dimension of purposeful intent. Darkened, sharpened, quietly menacing, that makes it more compelling than the standard car without surrendering a single thing that makes. Like and subscribe to get more videos like this.